Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Story Time with Mimansa. So today we are continuing. So in the last story, we saw that Yudhishthira was extremely upset that Uncle Dhritarashtra, Uncle Vidura, and Auntie Kantari had left him without informing him. And then Narada came to him, and Narada told him something that was making him even more worried. So let's see what Narada told him, just to recap. So Narada had said to Yudhishthira that the Lord has taken a human form to suppress evil and his work is ended. You will remain on the earth so long as he remains. So this made Yudhishthira worry day and night because he was thinking that maybe Lord Krishna is going to leave them now. And he was super scared thinking of this. It was just super difficult for them to live without Lord Krishna. They just couldn't imagine their life without him because whatever they were because of his blessings. And he was even more worried because Arjuna now had gone to Dwarka. He was not here, and months had passed since Arjuna had gone. So, this story is about Arjuna coming back from Dwarka. So we are going to focus on what Arjuna talks to Yudhishthira after he returns from Dwarka. So let's go over the lines that Yudhishthira told to Bhima. He said, Bhima, I am greatly worried ever since revered Narada told us that Lord, whose purpose has been served, is ready to lay down the human form he has assumed. Like an actor taking off the clothes he had donned for the role. And my mind is full of fear. And he then continues and is now asking Bhima, do you think it is possible for Krishna to ever leave us? So you can see like how it is unimaginable for Yudhishthira and the Pandavas and their family to think of their life without Lord Krishna. And then he continues to say, Yudhishthira, I'm afraid, very much afraid, that it is to happen and that very soon that Krishna will leave us. Look at the sudden change for the worse on the face of the earth. People are getting to be more and more inclined towards adharma. Anger, avarice, untruth seem to be holding sway in the minds of men. People are becoming hypocrites, and their natural love for father and mother and the elders is fast on the wane. I am very much afraid that Kali, the fourth quarter, which is the Kali Yuga, has set foot on the earth, and the Mother Earth has lost the glory that has been hers all these years since the sacred feet of Krishna will no longer adorn her. Bhima, I am afraid. So these are Yudhishthira's thoughts. He's extremely worried. And now returns back Arjuna from Dwarka. Arjuna walks very slowly, weary steps towards his brother. His eyes were raining tears, and his face was bent towards the ground. It had no glow on it. He went straight to the king, fell at his feet, and held on to his feet without getting up. Yudhishthira was trembling all over, and his heart would not beat normally. His voice was trembling too as he raised up Arjuna and asked, Arjuna, what has happened? Are you unwell? Or is your mind unwell because of some pain? What is the matter? Is everyone well at Dwarka? Tell me, how is our beloved Krishna? Arjuna stood silent. His face, like his heart, was drained of all joy, and wiping his eyes with both his hands, he stood for a moment. His mind went to his beloved Krishna, and with voice choked with tears, he said, We have been cheated, my lord. We have been cheated. We have been deceived by the fate. There is no Krishna in Dwarka. Why? Because there is no Dwarka. He fell down in a dead faint. When they brought Arjuna back to consciousness, Arjuna composed himself and he said that all the Yadavas have been killed and there is no trace of them left behind on this earth anymore. The city itself, Dwarka itself, is under the sea after death of Lord Krishna. They gave him time to gather his scattered senses and they needed time to digest this terrible news. Later, Arjuna gave them the detail, bit by bit, of all the tragedy that had happened at Prabhas. Even as Arjuna was recounting the glories of Krishna, he found a strange sense of peace pervading his being. His mind became clear and calm, and there came to him a sense of detachment as he thought about Lord Krishna. Incessant thinking on the feet of the Lord had cleared his mind of all the agitations. Years back, Krishna had taught Arjuna Brahma Vidya on the battlefield. You remember? Now, and perhaps only now, after all these years, Arjuna found that he had finally understood what Krishna was trying to tell him. He knew how that sorrow is caused by the illusion of plurality, the feeling that the jiva is other than the Paramatma. What it means when people think that I am separate or I am different from the God, that's when all the trouble arises. We'll talk about it more in detail as we go further. But just remember, you are not separate from God. Just remember that. Then he thinks the reason for this plurality is the human body, which is made up of 5 elements. And the other cause is the combination of the 3 gunas. Avidya, which is the ignorance of the truth, is the basis of this polarity. And when avidya is destroyed by comprehension of reality, all other things vanish of their own accord. So what replaces ignorance? Knowledge, the truth. Yudhishthira had now become silent after the tragedy had hit him. What had happened at Dwarka had confirmed his worst fears. And this is what he had always been anticipating, the going away of Krishna, and this is what was scaring him the most. Narada came and went. Ever since Narada came and went, Yudhishthira had lost all his peace of mind, and now he realized that his mind was still, without any agitations. He remembered what Narada had told him. Narada had said that you will remain on this earth as long as Krishna does. Yudhishthira's thoughts were now bent on the other world. The moment Kunti heard about the death of Krishna, she dropped down dead. And her soul, which was ever thinking on him, the Lord Krishna, became one with him. Calmly, Yudhishthira made preparations for the final journey. He crowned Parikshit, son of Abhimanyu, the monarch. Vajra, the son of Anirudh, was crowned in Mathura. Yudhishthira then gave away all his wealth and his personal belongings. He got dressed up in the 3 barks, and with his hair matted, he walked out of the palace. He was devoid of all expressions on his face. He was expressionless. He spoke to no one, not even his dear brothers. He just left. And guess what? Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva all followed him, all followed their elder brother. With their minds bent on the feet of the Lord, they traveled northwards and reached the heavens, which held for them all that had been taken away from them on the earth. So, in short, Yudhishthira and all the Pandavas had now renounced their belongings, their wealth, and they had gone to the forest to do the penance and think of Lord Krishna. So, what do we learn from this story? There are three main themes in this story, three lessons if we want to learn. First is, reiterating from one of the last stories, is that be detached. Do not be attached to any of your worldly belongings that they can actually make you suffer. You yourself are the controller of your own thoughts, of how you feel. Nothing else has the power to make you feel the worst. Only you have the power to make you feel whatever you want to feel. So remember that. Secondly, we are all the same. We're not different. We all are same. We are all God in human form. We just have to realize that, invoke those powers in us. So just have faith. That's the third lesson. Whenever you are in stress, think of Lord, and your mind will become calm and clear. You will be able to think clearly. You will be able to find solutions to your problems. Just try this for simple things. Like if ever you are in a problem, then you might be feeling stressed out. You might be draining your energy. It can have worse effects on your body physically, on your mind. You can't eat well. Your body stops functioning well. Now leave all of these for a second. Just go to a temple or sit down somewhere in silence and think about the Lord, the higher energy. Think about God and pray to God. Your mind will immediately become clear. Just surrender everything, all your troubles, all your successes, all your failures, all your worries to Lord. And see how your mind becomes calm and clear, and you're actually able to find solutions to your problems pretty quickly, and awesome quality solutions. They're not gonna be like compromises. They're gonna be great solutions. This is my personal experience. Whenever I'm stressed out, I try to solve it and I worry about it, makes no sense, and then I think about the Lord, and in a few seconds, things are just solved. Just try it. Just experiment it once. Okay. So this was the story from today, and I'll see you next time with a new story. Until then, all of you take care. Much love to all of you. Be kind, help each other, and stay happy. I'll see you later. Take care.